If you plan on heading to the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana to be exact, this video is for you. In today's video, we bring you the latest updates for Punta Cana International Airport. This video will provide you with what to expect and how to navigate through the Punta Cana Airport. We'll talk about the arrival and departure from the Punta Cana Airport. This video contains many helpful and important travel tips and travel guides that you will be grateful to know before you head down to the Dominican Republic. Let's start with some important information you must know for traveling to Punta Cana. Do you need a passport to travel to the Dominican Republic? The answer is yes, and the same following rules apply if you live in Canada or the United States. Your Canadian passport or United States passport must be valid for at least 6 months from the date of arrival/entry into the Dominican Republic. You must also have 2 blank sheets which are required to seal both the entrance and the exit inside of your passport. Do Canadians need a visa to go to Punta Cana? Visas are not required for visits shorter than 30 days. For more information on that, it's best to visit the Embassy of the Dominican Republic website for current visa information. What is the Dominican Republic e-ticket? An e-ticket is what is required for you to fill out to show immigration for you to enter into the Dominican Republic. It is a digital record of travelers' entry and exit information. It's used to streamline the process of entering and exiting the country. How do I get my e-ticket? Once you fill out your e-ticket online, you must download the file and print your ticket. If you choose not to print out the information, be sure to at least screenshot the QR code and save the information to your device, which will be required for you to show the immigration officer in the Dominican Republic. You will find your e-ticket files in the email sent to you. You should also know, to obtain an e-ticket, it is free. There is no charge to get an e-ticket to enter the Dominican Republic. You can fill out your e-ticket as soon as you have your flight information. You can fill out this e-ticket even months in advance, but it must be filled out before arriving at the airline counter at the airport. There will be a link to the e-ticket portal in the description section below this video. Is Punta Cana Airport equipped to cater to travelers with disabilities? Wheelchair service is available at the Punta Cana International Airport. They are fully equipped to assist travelers with wheelchairs at the arrival and departure. There are wheelchair ramps and a priority check-in process exclusive for passengers with disabilities. The priority check-in is also extended to those traveling with babies and the elderly. It is best to contact your airline directly to request this service. For nursing mothers, you'll be happy to know that there is a dedicated mother's room located in Terminal A. It is called the following. There you will find a changing table, comfortable seating, electrical outlets, and an end table, making it a nice quiet location away from all the chaos within the airport for you and your baby. Okay, now let's get into the navigation throughout the Punta Cana Airport. Starting upon your arrival. Once you arrive in Punta Cana, they let you off the plane outside. Yes, you heard it correctly, outside into the gorgeous Dominican Republic heat. So it would be best to remove any thick jackets or sweaters you may have been wearing on the plane before you exit your flight in the Dominican Republic. From there, you will be directed to go onto a bus which will take you directly to immigration. The lineup for immigration can sometimes be quite long, but if you're there on a good day, the lines might move fast. If you or anyone you're traveling with needs to use the washroom after coming off the plane, it would be best to do so before joining the line because you don't know how long you will be in that lineup. It's also a good idea to have available devices and snacks to entertain the little ones while you wait in line. When traveling, if you want to try and avoid some of the wait time for yourself upon arrival, it's a good idea to sit closer to the front of the plane to be one of the first ones to exit the plane. That way, you'll be ahead of the lineup going to immigration. Did you know that Dominican citizens can use a separate line to enter into the Dominican Republic? This applies to anyone who was born a Dominican but currently resides in Canada or the United States. Once you finish with the immigration, you will enter a small duty-free area. There you will find many different types of liquors and tobacco, along with other items. Just a heads up so that you're not surprised. Anything you purchase within the duty-free will require you to show your passport. As you come out of the duty-free area, you will then be heading over to the check-in section to pick up all of your luggage you checked in. As you walk through this section, you will encounter currency exchange booths. So if you didn't get a chance to exchange some funds back home, you can do so here. Keep in mind that the US dollars are widely accepted majority of places you go within the Dominican Republic. But also remember that if you're walking with large US dollar bills, you might not be getting back the full value of your US dollars when paying for something and getting back change. So you've now picked up your luggage and are heading over to customs. As you continue to walk, you'll pass a bar where you can stop and get a drink to get your vacation started. If you then realize that you forgot to bring sunscreen on your trip, in which you'll definitely be needing, not to worry, you can pick some up here along the way walking towards custom. They have a store which sells a variety of items, along with sunscreen, which will cost you approximately $25 to purchase, and they also have drinks and snacks. If you're thinking that $25 for sunscreen is a lot, wait until you get to your resort. That same sunscreen will probably cost you double or even triple that amount at your resort. After all that, you've now finally made it through customs and it's now time to get to your accommodations. Time to get this vacation started. At this point, you are now heading to your transportation, which we hope you have already arranged. If not, you can also rent a car for the duration of your stay in Punta Cana. Here is a key tip. It's always best to arrange your transportation from the airport to your destination ahead of time. We talk a bit more about this in our other video, Secret Travel Tips for Punta Cana, Insider Knowledge Revealed. So if you haven't watched that video, be sure to check it out after you watch this video. In that video, we also share with you other great insider travel tips for Punta Cana. As per the car rental, for those of you who don't already know, driving down in the Dominican Republic can be a bit hectic. It's not exactly for the faint of heart. So if you're not a seasoned driver, or even if you are, do prepare yourself for an experience behind the wheel like no other, and we'll just leave it at that. So for those of you who do decide to rent a car down there, we've put together a list of the different Punta Cana International Airport rental car agencies, providing you with their phone numbers and terminal locations. Now, while walking toward your transportation, you will encounter a numerous amount of people pulling you off to the side. They will be trying to sell you some kind of timeshares, travel clubs, limo rides, or excursions. Not to worry if you haven't booked your excursions just yet. Don't feel obligated to purchase anything from those individuals. You will have plenty of time to book your excursions at your resort. There is always a section within your resort selling all kinds of different excursions for you to go and enjoy while you're in Punta Cana. So just keep on walking past those people. After all that walking, you finally arrived outside. There you will find your pre-booked transportation. The company you booked with will be holding up a sign with your name on it and the name of the company you booked with. Here's another tip for you. If for whatever reason you get held up, be it at customs or flight delayed, and you don't reach outside at the time you had booked your transportation for, not to worry, you should have a contact number for the company you booked with. Simply send them a message or give them a call and let them know you'll be arriving later than scheduled. Most transportation services are pretty good with this. They will usually already know if your flight has been delayed for whatever reason, because you would have given them your flight number when you booked your transportation. So they would have checked to see that your flight has been delayed and arriving late. In that case, once you reach outside the transportation area, Simply look for the name of the company you booked with. Give them your name and they will simply arrange for another ride to come and pick you up. Now, if your transportation arrangement is for a group of you and you're the first one to arrive, instead of standing around, you can walk down just a little further. There you will find a restaurant where you can grab a bite to eat as you sit and relax and wait for the rest of your party to arrive. For those of you who did not arrange for your transportation ahead of time and are looking for a taxi, you can find all the taxis out here in the same location. But be prepared to pay high prices for those taxi rides. We have put together for your knowledge Punta Cana International Airport taxi destinations and fees. Okay, let's now talk about departure from the Punta Cana International Airport. So now your spectacular vacation has come to an end. You've had a fantastic time in Punta Cana and it's now time to say goodbye to this beautiful country. How far in advance should you arrive at the airport before your departure from the Punta Cana International Airport? There are many answers to this question. If you did not travel with any check-in luggage, then you can probably get away with checking in a little later. But the general rule of thumb is you should arrive 3 hours before your departure. That way, you're giving yourself more than enough time to check in your luggage, while avoiding the chaos and crowd of people checking in to depart as well at the same time. When you arrive at the airport for departure, they do have people there that will approach you as you exit your vehicle. These individuals will help you gather your luggage and show you where to go and line up to check in for your departure. They will pull your bags for you right up to the self-service check-in kiosk which they have within the Punta Cana International Airport. These kiosks look very similar to the ones they have in the United States and Canada. There, we do suggest to be sure to print out your boarding pass because they do ask for that a lot down there. Once you're finished at the kiosk, those same individuals will direct you to the line you need to go and line up to check in your luggage. Now keep in mind that this service is not something you have to accept, because these individuals will be looking for a tip from you once they brought you to the line to check in your luggage. So if you don't have any more cash on you to tip them, it's best to probably refuse this service. Or you can just be sure to put some cash aside to have to give them at the end of your trip. This service can be very helpful if you have a lot of luggage and you really don't know where to go within the departure section of the Punta Cana International Airport, especially if it's your first time down there. From this point, you have 2 more lines to go through before you arrive at your departure gate. You'll need to go through security and then immigration. If you're lucky, security lines can only take about 20 minutes to get through. You'll need to take off your shoes, take out all your electronics, and empty your pockets before going through security. A tip here is to make sure you don't have any liquids that exceed the allowed amount inside of your carry-on luggage. This is an honest mistake that can happen because you forget about that after having such a wonderful vacation. But yes, the same rules do apply when you're arriving and departing from Punta Cana Airport. Your bag will get flagged if you have over the amount of liquid allowed. Okay, so you're almost there now. You'll need to go through one more line, which is the immigration. Once you're done with immigration, there is a duty-free area you'll enter while you head over to wait for your flight. After that, the only thing left for you to do now is sit back and relax as you wait for your flight to depart from this beautiful country. As you wait, I'm sure you'll be reminiscing about all the wonderful memories you made while being in Punta Cana. You'll also probably be planning out your return trip to this amazing country as you wait for your flight to go back home. Okay, final and last tips. This is a very important tip regarding your devices. There are not very many sockets within the Punta Cana International Airport. If you do see one, it will more than likely be already in use. So this is why it's very important to fully charge your devices before heading to the airport. If not, it would be a good idea to purchase one of those portable battery packs that can be used to charge your phone. Last and final tip number 2. A mini portable fan. For those of you who don't have one already, it's a good idea to get one. It comes in handy as you're out there in the hot sun during your vacation. But it's really useful when you're boarding the bus ride over to the plane upon departure from the Punta Cana International Airport. Be sure to have this fan out in hand, or some of them come with strings that can hang around your neck. As you're preparing to depart from the airport, they will have you line up and ask that you place all of your belongings you're carrying onto the ground beside you. So that includes your carry-on, purse, bag, everything. They want you to place it on the ground beside you. At that point, they will have a dog come along and sniff everyone's belongings before you're allowed to go outside to enter onto the bus. Once they've completed that process, they will direct all passengers that are lined up to head on outside to board a bus, which will take you over to the plane to board it. As short of a distance this bus ride may be, they pack that bus with so many people, giving you very little room to even move. There is no AC on the bus, so it can be a little overwhelming for individuals who do not like crowds or people too close to them. That bus ride over to the plane can be very stuffy, making it hard for some people to even breathe with the heat and humidity. So having one of those portable mini fans blowing in front of your face can go a long way for some people. Until next time, happy and safe travels.